KSA volunteers storm Raj Bhavan, demanding not to allow outsiders to contest election and reservation of indigenous people in 8 constituencies. And Assam Rifles troops nabbed man along with 9 kg of gold worth over 2 crore rupees. Hello and welcome to ICTV English News. I'm Subla Kangawam. Let's see the news in detail. A large number of students and volunteers of Kanglei Park Students Association KSA today stormed the Raj Bhavan, demanding not to allow non-indigenous people to contest election in 60 assembly constituencies in the state. The student body also demanded seat reservation for indigenous people in 8 particularly assembly constituencies. The large number of students and volunteers of KSA staged a sit-in demonstration at Kashampat Laimajam Lekai Community Hall in Imphal West. The protesters displayed festoons and slogans: "Give constitutional protection of the indigenous people of Manipur," "Stop playing election politics on population or influx." Later, the protesters headed toward the Raj Bhavan to submit a memorandum to the governor of Manipur. They tried to storm the Raj Bhavan. There, a scuffle between the police and student protesters. However, they were stopped by the security forces at the gate of Raj Bhavan. Later, the security forces select some leaders of the student body and allowed to meet the governor and submit their memorandum as well. Speaking to media persons, President of KSA, M. Lakshman, said the population of indigenous people is in a miserable condition. At this critical juncture, many non-indigenous people are trying to contest election from different constituencies in the state. A memorandum has been submitted to the governor of Manipur to take necessary steps for the safeguard of indigenous people. He further said 8 particular constituencies, namely Wangkai, Kangpokpi, Jiribam, Thangmaiban, Sagolmang, Suknu and Udipok, should be reserved for indigenous people. On the other hand, the student body is all set to launch an agitation to frame a law to cancel the non-indigenous people from the electoral rolls, he added.
Constitution ban asi man kusina board yellow missing the mutton is up to don't have to marasi koina action me some manum channel asi apona same protest rally loina apoi manipur le governor asida apoi nito kitamak apoi yellow missing damta sin is up to don't ni wal general ba pre ama missing ba pre ama launa bai damta apoi na kasi no kusina bagi
Troops of 12 Assam Rifles posted at Kuding Thabi have seized a Maruti van carrying gold worth over 2 crore rupees on Imphal More Road. The Maruti van with registration number MN01W4277 was coming from More toward Imphal when it was stopped for frisking. The driver of the van, identified as Mohammad Sajid Khan, 38, son of Khalif of More Muslim Nagar, has been apprehended. 9 kgs and 6 grams of gold were found hidden in the rear trunk of the van. The approximate value of the seized gold is around 2 crore 81 lakh and 28,000 in Imphal market. Mohammad Sajid Khan along with the seized gold and the Maruti van have been handed over to the Custom Preventive Force More. SP of Custom Preventive Force WHK Luwang said strict legal action will be taken up.
I si garuin na nasagin ko 9633 grams and the magi Maruti van punna value da 2 crores 82 lakhs 28,360 Indian money aiba gold the Maruti van and hari ko lupa driver si specific lupa ni sinare Noi sinarong batunda custom ki formal procedure oil namin makatawa necessary action kan necessary.
Director of Manipur Fire Service RK Mimi today inspected the present condition of all the fire extinguishers and fixed fire extinguishers which have been installed at the Manipur Legislative Assembly Chingmairong. The director was accompanied by officials of Manipur Fire Service and technicians of Simplex Company that installed the fire extinguishers. Speaking to media persons, Director R.K. Memi said the validity of all the fixed and unfixed fire extinguishers is over. Therefore, it needs to be replaced. She further said the fire extinguishers installed at the assembly are not enough and outdated to face any incident of fire when it happens. The necessary steps will be taken up soon, she added. 2 days disaster management program for students of RIMS College of Nursing began at Manipur State Disaster Management Office, Babupara. Altogether, 43 nurses students attended the inaugural function. Vice Chairperson of Manipur State Disaster Management Authority, Adim Pame, Principal Secretary of Relief and Disaster Management, M.H. Khan, and Under Secretary Vidyarani Ayekpam were the main guests at the inaugural function. Vice Chairperson Adim Pame said it is very important to organize trainings to impart knowledge about precautionary measures during the time of natural calamities. Nurses should acquire knowledge to help people at times calamities. He said it is the need of the hour to form rules and regulations to prevent from natural calamities.
Secretariat of Civil Defense asi ya athuba matamda aikoi promote tawraga lan gi matamda sangnaba yadaba matamda amaga lan soknarga sangba yadaba matamda aikoi gi civils gi defense wing sina changnaga kanbagi thabaksu aisoi hauninga gi damakta madugi training gi damaksu aikoi piba hauragani hai.
A group of 40 people led by philanthropist Maitram Sanatomba today donated a cheque of 80,000 rupees to the Chief Minister's Relief Fund to help the flood-hit families. The cheque was handed over to the Chief Minister N. Biren at a simple function at the Chief Minister's Secretariat this morning. The amount was collected from among the Facebook friends to help rehabilitate the flood-affected families. Various private hospitals based in Manipur today donated a total of 8,20,000 rupees to the Chief Minister's Relief Fund. Sky Hospital and Maipakpi Maternity Hospital donated 2 lakh rupees each, while Imphal Hospital and Advanced Hospital donated 1.5 lakh rupees each. On the other hand, Jiban Hospital Kakching donated 1 lakh rupees and Iboyaima Hospital to 20,000 rupees. All Loktak Lake Area Fishermen's Union Manipur has said that various forms of agitation will be launched as the government has not acted upon the demands submitted by the union that included 10 other demands along with protection of Loktak Lake to maintain ecological balance. Secretary of the Union O. Rajan made this statement during a press conference held at the Manipur Press Club today. The Union Secretary said a memorandum making the demands was submitted to the Chief Minister on June 27. However, no step has been taken up by the government so far. He warned of launching agitation on August 6 if the government fails to meet the demands by August 4. Head of Department of Radiotherapy RIMS Dr. Laishram Jaychand has said that the radiotherapy machines used for cancer treatment at RIMS is not according to the latest trend and caused lots of inconveniences in treating the patients. He further said that if a new radiotherapy machine is installed in a department, many patients will avoid going outstation for treatment and save their money to a certain extent. There should be 1 or 2 posts of social worker, even though there are enough staff in the department, so that the cancer patients can avail the benefits from the department, he added.
Radiotherapy national source, Indian source to protect a one taka for a niglo, any putting source among lower taka, Pesagi and Sangi for a music play. Aduna Tabata, Konazi, cobalt source having the other Sajaba, Aduma machine, and Mr. Joseph Tanaka Taka. Hydro machine of Marisi Lady, Mapangi, my patient channel, since you told them a total with the Brian McKenna.
Yumlembam Nikesh, reporter grade 3 of the Manipur Legislative Assembly, has been given charge of media coordinator of the Assembly Secretariat in addition to his normal duties with immediate effect until further orders. Secretary of Manipur Legislative Assembly M. Ramani Devi has issued an order in this regard. Flood situation worsened in many areas of Kumbi. People in the area are still reeling under hardship due to the massive flood. People of Wangu and Sandangkhong are trying to block the newly overflowing water from Khajing Khombi. Farmers residing near Ithai Dam have appealed to the government to take up immediate measures to lift the difficulty faced by the people in the area. The JAC formed against the killing of Assam Rifles Havildar Hirachandra has blocked the Moirang Kumbi road, demanding to find out the facts regarding the death incident. Havildar Hirachandra's dead body was found abandoned at the high canal between Kwaksifai and Nacho Pantho on July 10 last. Ban supporters placed tree branches and other materials to block the road. Confrontation occurred between the Ban supporters and police while the police tried to drive the protesters away. Convener of the JAC, Laima, said the protest will continue until those responsible of the killing are found out. The cleaning drive of the canal at Khongman Zone 1 and 2 undertaken by the women folk of the two zones have completed today. The cleaning drive began at July 16 last. One of the women volunteers said the cleaning drive was conducted as the flood-affected families taking shelter at the community hall built across the canal were facing great inconvenience due to a foul smell of the polluted water of the canal. Someone has spread the wrong information that the cleaning work was done under a work contract passed by the Works Minister, she clarified. Rotary Club of Polo City, Imphal, organized a voluntary blood donation camp at Jennings Blood Bank today. The club is voluntarily donating blood to those in need without asking for replacement to disseminate the message of goodness in donating blood. President of the club, Rotarian Birla Haubijam, and Secretary Rotarian Anil Jain led the team in donating blood. Members of the club and many people took part in the blood donation camp. Northern Manipur Building Workers Union, Koirengai, Imphal East, has extended help in making labor cards of more than 2,000 laborers in the state. Speaking to media persons, advisor of the union, N. Dilip Kumar said the initiative has been taken up in view of the laborers who are illiterate and facing lots of hardships in making the cards. The union will continue to help many laborers in the state in making their labor cards, he added.
IT% di chinmi oi banina akoina somda tawri basimaina sai sai ta ki chu kitang jingkhat piraga sarkar da khoi gi si lai haibadu ullaga masigi mayam je kitang kana ba phangna ba sinna ba gi damak da koina angam mateng bangjabani.
Brahma Kumaris distributed relief materials such as rice, dal and edible oils to the relief camp open for flood affected families of Thobal Leshangte Makong, Thobal district. An unidentified dead body of man was found lying near the Snowland oil pump at Samuro Makhalekai at 4:30 p.m. on July 17 last. The man stood 5 feet 6 inches and approximately 30 to 35 years old. The dead body has been picked up and kept at Rims Mortuary for identification. And in the national news we have, T.R. Ziliang has been appointed the new Chief Minister of Nagaland by the Governor today and asked to prove his majority on the floor of the House on or before July 22. Ziliang was appointed shortly after embattled ex-Chief Minister Surhozeli Ladziatsu and his supporters failed to turn up in the Assembly to face the floor test, following which the House was adjourned indefinitely. This is the second time the 65-year-old Ziliang will be the Chief Minister after he resigned following violent protests by tribal groups opposed to his move to hold civic polls with 33% seats reserved for women. The governor had yesterday directed Speaker Imitwa Pang to summon an emergent special session of the Assembly at 9:30 a.m. for Lee Jiet-su, who is facing rebellion from MLAs of his party, Nagaland's People's Front (NPF), to seek confidence vote. Acharya dismissed the government under Clause 1 of Article 164 of the Constitution after receiving a letter from Assembly Speaker Imtiwapang Ayer on Lee Jiet-su's failure to prove his majority on the floor of the Assembly. The governor had on July 13 and 11 issued directives to Lee Jiet-su to seek a vote of confidence on or before July 15. Lee Jiet-su, a non-elected member to the 60-member House, has the support of 10 NPF legislators and 1 independent member. Ziliang, who had staked claim to form a new government, was present in the House with his supporters, 35 NPF legislators, 4 BJP legislators and 7 independent members. Meanwhile, T.R. Ziliang has been expelled from NPF by the party today. And before we wind up the top stories once again. KSA volunteers stormed Raj Bhavan demanding not to allow outsiders to contest election and reservations of indigenous people in 8 constituencies. And Assam Rifles troops nabbed man along with 9 kg of gold worth over 2 crore rupees. Thank you so much for joining with us and good night.